Yeah.
I'm gonna get some more water and start this topic off because I think Melonie might have some things. I'm gonna let Hannah Claire take the lead on this one.
Okay.
How about the
I'm gonna
big
tell
tent?
you,
I'll be right back. I have a feeling what Melonie's gonna say.
Oh, the thing is, I saw this unfolding over the weekend and immediately was like, bookmark, where is Melonie?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you have publicly commented on it all. I haven't checked.
I haven't yet.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad we can have an exclusive first Melonie reaction to this.
All
So
right.
For everyone who is listening who doesn't totally know what I'm talking about, Chip and Joanna Gaines, who are the couple behind Magnolia Homes, it was a TV show. They got, their Target line. You can buy their blankets and throw pillows and whatever. She at least popularized board and batten, not board and batten, whatever the wood on the wall is. They are promoting a new show, and it's about families that go do like Western old-timey challenges. But in their promo, there is a gay couple who have 2 sons, I believe, through surrogacy. And immediately there was sort of a backlash because the core tenet of their platform and their identity publicly, and I assume privately too, is that they are devout Christians. They're from Waco, Texas. They talk about it all the time. And when questioned about it, Chip Gaines basically said, like, you guys are being bad modern American Christians by not welcoming people. I sent Jeremy a couple other specific exchanges. Maybe we can go through them. But off the cuff, Melonie, what do you think of the Gaines
It's just
this
like,
TV show?
if you keep having that kind of standard of, oh, you're not a good Christian because you're supposed to welcome everybody. Well, why not go to prison and find a pedophile and go have him on the show too? Since we're so accepting, it's just like
It's
insane
weird
to me that somebody you built your platform and you center so much of your brand based on, oh, we're a devout Christian couple, but then here you are on a show promoting and posting and putting in a good light this homosexual couple that are child trafficking 2 children, because that's really what that is through that surrogacy, who bought babies. It is all an abomination. And the fact that it would have been bad enough if they didn't have the kids, but the fact that they had the kids makes it even worse, because not only do you have what the Bible clearly calls abomination with the homosexual couple, but you also have child abuse thrown in there as in the mix as well. And, oh, we're just supposed to be accepting. Nowhere in the Bible does it say to accept abomination and to accept sin. We are supposed to call this out. And this is a compromise of their values. This is a selling out. This is a key highlight selling out moment of, okay, selling out for this TV show and however much money they're going to get on it. They sold out their faith and they betrayed God by promoting this.
It's interesting because I do feel like there's a level of like, if you are on any form of TV for long enough, like you have to confront this issue, and I suspect have to come out on a certain side. I know in the past, this might be 10 years ago because they've been around for a long time. Somebody questioned them about the church they attend and their
right. Oh, she froze.
The internet is trying to censor me.
Oh no, it's the gays.
They had some sort of like, capital T, capital T, you know what I'm saying? They had some sort of like love the sinner, hate the sin response, which I think a lot of Christians, like when confronted and it's uncomfortable, have, and it's not necessarily the worst. But then fast forward again, I think like a decade later, it was weird to watch Chip Gaines on Twitter to the point where I was like, does he run his own account? Because it was very evasive and very mocking of anyone who was like, hey, we don't understand. Even people who weren't like condemning him, just like questioning,
right.
Like, how does this have your values changed, or how are you promoting this type of family structure when you at least claim to be devout Christians, which would be against biblical teaching? And it seems sort of snide. Like a lot of his responses were like, oh, you're claiming to be a Christian, or like just evasive. And I find that more troubling because it becomes like, if your values have changed, I hope you speak publicly about it, because I think that's
right.
good for any topic.
Be transparent.
Right. But then to sort of mock people who are like, hey, you are using my faith to make your money, but you are promoting something that doesn't speak to that faith. Tell me what's going on. It seems very weird, especially if their brand is like this authentic, wholesome family.
It's the epitome of selling out and betraying God and selling out your faith for this show and for money. And that's the thing, is when you're in situations of Hollywood, the gaming industry, this HGTV show industry, all of that, you're going to be put into situations. I mean, even without that, there's just day-to-day situations. You could work at Walmart and be put in a situation where you're tested, right? And so it's like, are you going to be bold and stand for your faith and stand for Jesus in a situation that you could have negative repercussions? Are you going to do it or not? And this is why it's just, I don't want to hear people like this say, oh, I wouldn't get the mark of the beast, but then you sell out your faith for a TV show. Well, would you really deny the mark of the beast if you can't even stand bold on your faith because of a TV show? I mean, since I came back to my faith, I have lost so many opportunities that I otherwise had in the gaming industry. And I understood that being bold in my faith was going to mean that I couldn't do the mainstream stuff that I did before. And I loved doing that, but I can't do that now. And it's just like, yeah, it sucks when you lose things for your faith, but look at the Bible. People were dying for Jesus Christ. They were being stoned for Jesus Christ. So there's going to be situations where maybe HGTV isn't going to let you on their show anymore because you refuse to promote a homosexual couple. Well, if that's it, then so be it. You have to have standards, and you have to stand strong. If you're going to call yourself a Christian, you got to live it, and you got to be prepared to lose everything for Jesus Christ if it comes down to it.
It's kind of interesting because it's not exact timing, but they're on HGTV. They're promoting this new show. It's around the same time that Duck Dynasty is getting relaunched, and Duck Dynasty, all of that family is pretty publicly and devoutly Christian. In fact, they got canceled because of pseudo racist remarks or something back.
And there's some homophobic stuff. Yeah,
some homophobic stuff. So it's like, are we seeing a shift in Christian culture where they are actually trying to push away people who are like Christian in name only, and they're reviving people who they previously had said like, oh, well, we can't talk about them because they said something wrong and in our PC culture? Like, something seems like it's shifting to me.
Oh, for sure. We are seeing a lot more Christians speak out, and we need to see more of that. This is absolutely unacceptable.
Did you take her off?
No, I don't think so. I think she just dropped. Yeah, I would say that
no, we need your righteous rant.
Yeah, oh yeah, here she is. Yeah, here she's back. Okay. Hold on, let me grab her. There you are.
The gate. You're running my internet.
Yeah, they're on us today. It's crazy.
Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Where were we at?
Well, we're talking about like the shift in culture and like Christians speaking out against it, and also not tolerating like, oh, but we have to be open-minded to all kinds of lifestyles.
For sure. And I think that it's good that we're seeing Christians be a lot more bold, because I think for a time there, especially as all of the LGBTQ stuff has been celebrated with their pride parades and the, oh, but love is love thing, we did see a ton of compromise within Christians and the church.
We saw it. You called it out too when it was like the Republicans were doing this big tent nonsense.
Yes, the
Republicans, it's the same thing.
Big tent strategy, and it's just like, no, at no point should we be compromising on these things. And so yeah, I'm glad to see people being more bold in the faith. I've been more bold because I've compromised before, and that has just never been good for me. And so it's like, it's so important that collectively, as the body, the church, we are one body, right? We are supposed to be in unison with each other. And so we should be boldly speaking out against these kind of things and holding each other accountable whenever there is compromise like this, that is happening.
It seems like Chip and Joanna Gaines, as far as I know, they're producers. They have a certain amount of say over what they're doing. Obviously, like most people, if you have a network over you, you have to conform somewhat. But if they wanted to show some kind of diversity, because that's apparently what we love on the internet or in TV, they could have picked like a Muslim couple to be on the show or something else. It's interesting to me that it seems like it has to be a gay couple, probably because they've been previously
a gay couple that bought a baby too. On top of that,
it's so much worse. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because it's like if you're the network, you're like, well, you guys have been previously criticized for being potentially affiliated with anti-LGBTQ churches, so you have to do this. Like, I understand you don't want it to be like the exact same family. You want different reactions, especially if it's like really, like go back in time challenge. But like, it seems like this specific casting is targeted because they are Christians, and in some ways, probably Melonie would say this, that they folded when they should have said no. We're not going to go that route.
All they had to do was say no. They would have made more money. Well, actually, probably not. They only care about the money.
That's like, what it looks like. They're out.
Yeah, they're a household name for normies.
Right.
Normies don't actually do the whole like, I'm quitting the show because of sin. That's like a hardcore religious position to have. And, they're no different than any, big mega church. Like Day of 12 wrote, sure. Do you think Joanna Gaines wants her kids adopted by a homosexual couple or a trans couple? Do you want your grandkids adopted by them?
Exactly.
Like, well, I don't know anymore because I tend to call into question everything if this is the kind of decisions that you make. It's like, were you ever really a Christian?